Do you guys ever get that feeling where you doubt or you lack a confidence in yourself? Don't worry, because there are a lot of other people that have that feeling, and I was on the same boat. I'll tell you a little bit more how to overcome that. You guys are probably wondering why the heck am I wearing light clothing? Cold condition. Well, I'll tell you what, it's not that cold. It is actually 40 degrees here, and we are currently in Ouray, Colorado, and we're snowshoeing right now. First of all, I've always wanted to come to Colorado, and that was my #1 destination in the United States. I want to explain all the possible problems that lead to lacking confidence in yourself or you're doubting yourself. The #1 thing that leads to these kind of sort of problem is that when people watch so many tutorials and they do not execute. What I mean by that, and you watch tutorial for one specific area, and then rather not executing it, you go to the next tutorial on a totally different topic. It's not bad to watch many tutorials as possible. The big problem with that is when you don't execute or practice after watching the tutorial, you don't train your muscle memory. When you're an athlete in band, any type of talent, you can't improve when you just watch other people do it. You need to train muscle memory, and that's when the skill comes in. I remember when I started out filmmaking, I would watch hundreds and hundreds of tutorials, and I would not execute it. I did not improve, and I learned that the hard way. These two guys from Costa Rica actually lived in Colorado, and I brought along my Greece buddy, Ricardo. And here is Jeff, who lived in Grand Junction. Ricardo came from Portugal, and Nam is living in Denver. We are currently doing a shoot in, where are we again?
I think we're in the San Juan's mountain range right now.
Currently in that mountain to an optic nerve shoot. The optic nerve with the sunglasses. We decided to give them a return a favor because they sent us so many products.
We're just taking some pictures for them on our hike today, and yeah, just enjoying the cold weather out here in Ouray.
If you are from Portugal or South Africa or Mozambique and you've never seen snow, boys and girls, bring layers.
Just look at absolutely amazing background. It is so absolutely stunning, and I cannot believe I'm actually here in Ouray, Colorado. The sun has currently set and it's getting pretty dark. I'm currently walking back. I'm out of breath. I am totally out of breath.
It's because he's from Wisconsin.
I don't live in the mountain. I'll try my best to talk. Actually, let's wait, we're gonna get that down because I can't handle it. We are currently up on the one little road way up to that mountain. It might be a little hard to see. We also have an amazing view. That's a small town inside like a bowl of mountain around them. They're mountain around all over them, including back here. I'm gonna bring up another problem that could lead to lacking in confidence and self-doubt. People who compare themselves to the higher talent or more popular, especially on YouTube, social media. We currently live in a big world of social media, and it's so easy to compare yourself to that person. And that can lead to feeling like, wow, I'm so far behind, I'll never catch up that person. Most professionals went through that. And they all started out as a beginner, just like all of us. To overcome that feeling, you don't compare. What you do, you analyze what's good about them. When you analyze, you find that key point, that specific thing that you like, and you put that into your creative style. You can use that as an inspiration, and that's how you can overcome that comparison feeling. and that would make you much better, much better creative, much better photographer, filmmaker, and learn from it. Today is the last day in Uri, and you won't see the next location we were going to. You won't be seeing snow. We're gonna be going to the desert. We are currently in the middle of nowhere. Well, I wouldn't say this is nowhere, but we are currently in the desert of Moab, Utah, and you just saw the landscape back there. It's pretty stunning. I just sent the drone up a little bit, and you're about to see the view here. Pretty nice. And also another thing I haven't had any problem with, my lip is chapping. In Wisconsin, my lip don't get chapped until spring, and right now it's like spring in Utah. I guess my lip is gonna start getting a little glossier as we go through the day. Problem number 3, people always compare equipment. Compare equipment with a higher talent, professional, other. They don't think they can do the work like the others. And I have an expert right here who proved it wrong. Ricardo will explain why equipment does not matter.
So like equipment doesn't matter to an extent. It doesn't matter until it matters. So like you have to get good at what you're gonna use, right? So like I've had this bad boy, the Canon 750D or the Rebel T5i, depending on where you are from. I can see the limitations because I've reached that point where I've gotten really good at using my camera. And that's the thing, is equipment doesn't matter when you're getting good at it. But once you start specializing and wanting to get specific problems sorted, that's when equipment matters. But in the beginning, all you really need is a camera to learn the basics, practice and make your mistakes, and just to get comfortable with using the camera.
We're about to move on to the next stop, and you'll see where we're going. This is a beautiful sunset. We're currently at the National Arch in Moab, and it took us about maybe an hour to hike up to this point. Go up a little higher, up in the elevation up here, try to get the best view as possible. And that was just something from a previous problem number 2. When you analyze all the video that you enjoy watching, you pick out the pieces and put it into your style and make your editing more enjoyable. That's a good spot right here. Okay. What I mean by that is comparing equipment. They look at their equipment and they look at maybe a higher professional, others because they have a more expensive equipment. When they do that, when they compare equipment, they feel like they cannot create that similar kind of content as the people or a filmmaker, photographer with more expensive equipment. For the plan for tonight, we're staying here till it gets very dark out to do actual photography, but there's a big problem. They're clouds. As we're waiting for the night to fall, we're just chilling around, but the cloud hasn't disappeared quite yet. I'm currently not in Colorado anymore, but I'm back in my hometown in Wisconsin. And it snowed almost all night last night, and I noticed the weather said the temperature's supposed to skyrocket up back to in the 40s. So I'm taking advantage of this early in the morning before the sun hits noon. Just look at this. This is why winter's my favorite season. It is so absolutely stunning. I have 2 more problems that could lead to in self-doubt or lacking confidence. Number 4 is people usually don't challenge themselves enough. People always want to do the same stuff over and over again and not learn new skills. If you want to become a better filmmaker, photographer, you always have to learn new skills. You have to keep constantly learning, and that's why it is very important to challenge yourself. There are so many ways out there that you can challenge yourself. Popular YouTube creator, they usually post challenge. I participated in one challenge, and guess what? I've learned so much from it, and it helped me improve as a filmmaker. That's better. Do you guys hear this? Absolutely nothing. Just a little wind blowing between the trees and all the leaves. Just another advice: when you are burnt out or stressed out, go out and take a hike. Somewhere maybe you've never been before, or you're one of your favorite location, or something, you know, that not many people go to. And I thought there was a swirl up there. A snow just hit my head. That was weird. That scared me a little bit. Where was I? At the plane coming up. I recommend you take a hike. Soak it in, all the sound of the nature surrounding you. And it's very peaceful. It's just very relaxing for your brain. It takes your mind off of a thing that you've been constantly stressed out about. It is really useful. And that's why I'm doing this morning, because I've been so busy with a lot of stuff. It's really helpful. Soaking all the sound of nature around me. It's just so peaceful. But I think it's time to go back in and work. It was a little colder than I expected. I have one more to share with you guys that I feel like is utmost important of all. People tend to be afraid to ask questions. I know it is a scary feeling to ask questions. Ask questions. Absolutely ask questions. Learn from other people. And help other people to get over that fear as well, if they have that fear of asking questions. And when you both share this talent, you guys are combining talent, and that's making you a better filmmaker or photographer. 2 people from Costa Rica and 1 person from Greece, and we basically combine all the skill and learn from each other. And we were like asking questions from the other person. How are they doing this? It helped us all to become a better filmmaker, better planner, better photographer. That's all the 5 problems that I have that I shared with you guys. That's all I have for you guys today. And one last thing, start believing in you.